Have you ever felt like you're running a race and somehow everyone else got a 5-mile head start? You open social media for 30 seconds and suddenly it feels like the whole world is winning without you. A 24-year-old claims they built a 7-figure portfolio. Someone you went to school with just posted a brand new SUV. Another person is on their 3rd vacation this year, smiling on a beach, holding a drink, acting like life is easy. And then, you look at your own bank account. You look at your rent, your bills, your paycheck, and that quiet thought creeps in. I'm behind. But let's stop right there, because that feeling, it's exactly what the internet is designed to trigger. What you're seeing is usually not the full story. You're seeing the highlight reel without the credit card statement, the luxury car without the payment, the vacation photos without the debt, the confidence without the panic. And that matters, because real financial progress usually does not look flashy. It looks boring, it looks quiet, it looks disciplined, and most of the time, it doesn't get posted. So today, we're flipping the script. We're talking about the hidden milestones.
If you need a personal loan, I've linked a lender below. Take a look to see if you qualify. Compare the terms carefully and choose the option that works best for your situation.
The financial wins that don't go viral, but actually matter. These are the signs that you are doing better than you think. Not perfect, not finished, but winning, even if it doesn't feel like it yet. Let's start with one of the most underrated financial flexes on the planet, paying your bills on time. Not glamorous, not Instagram-worthy, but powerful. If your rent gets paid, your phone stays on, your lights stay on, your groceries are covered month after month, you are not just surviving, you are holding the line. And that line matters more than people realize, because every bill paid on time does something quietly important. It protects your credit, it helps you avoid late fees, it reduces chaos, it keeps small problems from turning into expensive emergencies. Think about that for a second. If you are not living every day worried that the bank is coming for your car or that your landlord is about to post a notice on your door, that is not a small thing. That is stability. And stability is a major financial milestone. A lot of people are chasing status while secretly drowning in disorder. You, on the other hand, might be building something much more valuable: control. So if you paid your bills this month, on time, without everything falling apart, take a breath. That counts. That is progress. That is a win. Now let's talk about the battle almost nobody escapes: impulse. Because modern life is engineered to make you spend. Every app, every ad, every limited time offer, every one-click checkout is built to make you feel like buying something will fix something: your mood, your image, your boredom, your insecurity. And for a moment, it feels true. That new phone feels like progress. That luxury car feels like success. That random online purchase feels like a reward. But here's the pattern interrupt. Just because you can buy it does not mean you can afford it. And just because you can afford the payment does not mean you can afford the cost. That difference right there, that's where financial adults separate themselves from financial children. If you can look at something shiny, something tempting, something that would impress other people, and say, "Not today," that is strength, real strength. Because doing well financially is not about being the richest looking person in the room. It's about being the person who can control themselves in the room, the one who doesn't need to perform success because they're actually building it. So if you've been saying no more often lately, to upgrades you don't need, to purchases you'd regret, to lifestyle inflation trying to sneak into your life, you are not missing out. You are moving up, quietly, powerfully, intentionally. Now let's talk about something that changes your life more than people expect: a savings buffer. You've heard the advice: save 6 months of expenses, build a huge emergency fund, be fully prepared for anything. And yes, that's a great long-term goal. But let's be honest, for most people, that does not happen overnight. It can take years. So instead of ignoring your progress because you haven't reached the final number, look at the milestone in front of you. Do you have $1,000 set aside? Maybe $2,000? Maybe even just enough to cover one ugly surprise? Because if you do, you have already changed your financial life. Here's why. Without savings, every emergency feels like a crisis. A flat tire becomes panic. A medical bill becomes fear. A broken water heater becomes a disaster. But with even a modest cushion, those same moments still hurt, but they don't destroy you. And that is a completely different life. That's the difference between inconvenience and catastrophe.
Read the room of your own life. If one unexpected expense no longer knocks you flat, you are stronger than you were before. That little pile of money, it's not small. It is breathing room. It is leverage. It is peace. So never let the internet convince you that your first emergency fund doesn't matter because it isn't huge. It matters a lot. Because the first $1,000 you save does more emotionally than almost any other money milestone. This next one is not exciting. Nobody brags about it at dinner. Nobody posts it with a fire emoji. But financially mature people understand this. Protection is part of wealth. If you have health insurance, car insurance, homeowner's insurance, renter's insurance, you are doing something smart. You are playing defense. And defense is what keeps one bad day from turning into 5 bad years. Because life does not ask for permission. Accidents happen, illness happens, storms happen, other drivers happen. And if something goes wrong that is bigger than your checking account, insurance can be the barrier between recovery and financial ruin. The same goes for life insurance if you have a family depending on you. That decision may not feel flashy, but it says something powerful. It says you are thinking beyond today. It says you are protecting people, not just paychecks. It says you understand that financial success is not only about building money, it's also about protecting what you've built. So no, insurance is not glamorous, but it is grown-up money. It is stable money. It is responsible money. And if you've got those basics in place, that is a major sign your financial life is stronger than you think. Now, let's get honest. Really honest. How do you sleep at night? Not how do you look online, not how do you sound when people ask how things are going. How do you actually sleep? Because one of the clearest signs of financial progress is not visible on your wrist or in your driveway or in a vacation photo. It shows up in your nervous system. If money fear is not gripping your chest every single night, that matters. If you can lay your head down without that pit in your stomach, that matters. If you are not constantly replaying worst-case scenarios in your mind at 2 a.m., that matters. Now, to be clear, everybody worries about money sometimes. Even wealthy people do. But there's a difference between concern and constant dread. Stable people are not people with zero problems. They are people with a plan. They know the bills are handled. They know there's at least some cushion. They know they've protected themselves where they can. And that creates a kind of peace that money influencers almost never talk about, because peace is harder to show off than luxury. But peace is the real flex. So if your financial life has become just stable enough that you can breathe a little deeper, sleep a little better, and stop living in constant fear, do not underestimate that. That is not small. That is wealth beginning to feel real. And finally, let's talk about the long game, because this is where people get discouraged fast. You may not have a massive portfolio. You may not be retiring at 35. You may not have some wild screenshot of your account that shocks strangers on the internet. Good. That was never the goal. The real question is simpler. Are you building? Are you putting something into a 401k, an IRA, a brokerage account? Are you paying down your mortgage, reducing debt, owning a little more of your future every month? Because if the answer is yes, you are moving in the right direction, even if it feels slow, especially if it feels slow. Real wealth usually does not explode overnight. It compounds quietly. It grows in the background. It looks boring until one day it doesn't. And yes, some months the market drops. Some months your net worth barely moves. Some seasons feel painfully slow.
That is normal. What matters is that your money is no longer only passing through your hands, it is starting to work for you. And the moment your income becomes a tool for building your future, instead of only covering your present, you've crossed into a different financial category. That is the slow build, and the slow build wins. So, here's the truth. Obsessing over somebody else's highlight reel will never put $1 in your pocket. But recognizing your own progress, that changes everything. Because wealth is not just built in giant leaps, it is built in small, repeated, disciplined decisions that most people never clap for. So, if you paid your bills this month, if you resisted an impulse purchase, if you've got even a little money in savings, if you're protecting yourself, sleeping better, and slowly building your future, you are doing better than you think. Keep going. You do not need to look rich. You need to become financially strong. And that is exactly what this path is doing. Which of these hidden milestones have you reached lately? Drop it in the comments. Let's celebrate the small wins that actually matter. And if you want more practical, no-hype finance content, like, subscribe, and stay with me. I'll see you in the next one.
Before you go, remember that building wealth isn't only about saving money. It's also about increasing your income. If you're interested in starting a side hustle or earning extra income online, I've included a recommended platform in the description below. Check it out, see if it's a right fit for you, and always do your own research before getting started. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.